In this video, I'm going to talk about why I chose Circle as my community platform for my online membership program and why I didn't go with something like a Facebook group or a Discord server. So I'll share some of my reasoning. I'll share the features that Circle has that I really liked, and hopefully I'll be able to give you enough info to decide if Circle might be a good choice for your own online community. One of the things that we've been seeing over the past several years is people are sort of getting burnt out on social media. So if you're like most people, you probably have like a love-hate relationship with Instagram, with Twitter. Facebook, you might just have a hate-hate relationship with.
Boo! Boo! Rubbish! Filth! Slime! Muck! Boo! Boo! Boo!
It's fine too. And so there's been kind of this shift towards interest-based communities. So instead of just like your social media feed being this catch-all with all this noise, everything all in one place, a lot of people are making a shift towards subreddits, Discord servers, Slack communities. I really think we're going to keep seeing this shift of people trying to connect with like-minded individuals online. I don't think that's going to change. And if you're someone who wants to create a private community or an interest-based space online, the question is, what platform do you use? So I run an online membership called Redeeming Productivity Academy. Basically, it's just a program that helps Christians become better at managing their time according to biblical principles. And so part of that is like course content. And so I've been doing that for a while on Teachable, but I wanted to add a community element. I wanted a place for people to meet and connect and discuss, and really grow together. But it was tough to pick a platform. So I had used Discord previously for one of my online courses and for my Patreon community. But my big issue with Discord, especially for a productivity community, is it's just so ping, 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 ping. Does that make sense? You know what I mean, though? Like, Discord is great. I'm part of a lot of Discord communities. I'm part of a lot of Slack communities. But I do not need more notifications in my life. And I figured for a group that was really focused on productivity, I didn't want to choose a platform that promoted interruptions. And so that sort of narrowed my options about what platform I would use for my community. And that brings me to the first reason I chose Circle, and that's that it is an asynchronous platform. So real quick, let me explain what I mean when I say an asynchronous versus a synchronous platform. So a synchronous platform, that literally means with time. Think real time. It's like texting or a Discord server or Slack. It's chat. It's going back and forth. You send a message, someone responds. It's all real time. An asynchronous platform is more like an online forum or even Facebook or like blog comments where you make a post and then you leave and come back and check it later. So I wanted something on the asynchronous side. I wanted something that was turn-based so that people could just kind of check in once a day or every so often and not feel like there's a conversation always going on and it's pinging their phone or pinging their computer. And so that really narrowed my options down. If I wanted to use an asynchronous platform, what was I going to use? Facebook groups are one of the most popular ways to do it, and you could definitely do that. The problem is, one, I hate Facebook. Two, I don't trust Facebook. What I mean is I don't trust them not to change the algorithm and deprioritize groups. So they've made a big deal over the last couple of years about saying, oh, we're all about groups, join a group. And definitely, I'm a part of a bunch of Facebook groups, and I see those posts prioritized in the algorithm, they show up in my feed. But overnight, and Facebook is known for this, they can change the algorithm and you'll just not see those posts anymore. So for me, I didn't want to build a community on a platform that could just change the rules on me whenever they wanted. I wanted to build on my own land. So the first option I looked into a lot, and I almost went with them, was Discourse. So not Discord, Discourse. It is a more turn-based typed asynchronous communication platform. It's basically a traditional forum. But right when I was in the middle of testing that, I stumbled across Pat Flynn talking about this new platform called Circle, and I was intrigued. And so that's really the second reason I ended up going with Circle, was people I trusted were using it. So it wasn't just Pat Flynn. I saw Tiago Forte, who does Build Your Second Brain. I saw Nest Labs was on there, a bunch of different programs, and people were starting to switch and use this to their community platform, which really made me take a step back and think, okay, maybe this thing is a good option for me. And so I decided to give it a spin. I did a trial with them and ended up sticking with it. Speaking of trying it, you can try Circle free for 14 days using my affiliate link down in the description and see what you think. And the third reason I went with Circle was obviously the features. Once I had decided that I wanted an asynchronous community, once I'd seen that people I trusted were using this new platform, and I started testing it, I was blown away by the feature set. So let me talk through some of the features that are in Circle that I really love. I found super helpful. The first feature, if you can call it a feature, that I really liked about Circle was just the interface. Like, it looks nice. The interface of your community is really powerful about whether it's going to be sticky. People are actually going to want to use it. They're actually going to want to engage. And Circle is just so clean. It was so obvious when you look at it, what the buttons do, how it's organized. Like, I had tested out some all-in-one platforms that let you host your courses and a community together, like Kajabi or Mighty Networks. And I'm sure those are great platforms, but the community parts of those, I didn't like. I thought that they weren't intuitive. I thought that they were kind of clunky. And Circle was kind of just the opposite of clunky. It just worked. It looked clean, and I liked it. So Circle's organized around what they call spaces or space groups, and each of these have their own controls for how you view them, who's allowed to have access to each one, what features are enabled or disabled for them. So for example, I can have a bare bones space with my FAQs where no one can post but me, and all the comments are disabled, and it's just nice and clean. It's like a knowledge base. And I can also have a discussion area where anybody can post that wants to. They can include images, they can embed stuff. Or I can have a space that simply shows all the courses that are available to members in my academy. So there's a lot of versatility in how each space is set up, and granularity of controls with even like default notification preferences for users of each group, who can post to it. All the details are there to make it as robust as you want to make your community. Also, between weekly office hours, my book club, course reviews, workshops, my community is pretty events heavy. And so that's why I was really pleased when Circle upgraded their events engine. So you can post events, whether virtual or in person. People can RSVP to them, get notifications when they're about to start. They even recently added the ability to do recurring events. So for something like I have weekly office hours, I just set that up once and it shows up each week for people to come to. Another newer feature is that Circle has live video baked right into it. So we used to do all of our community calls over Zoom, but now having the video right in the community, it's just incredible because you can save and manage recordings of your live events. When you go live on the app, it'll show up on people's phone or on their computer that, hey, a live video is beginning. It just takes a lot of the fuss out of trying to connect to Zoom or a different video service to host a live event when it's all in one place. Another great feature of Circle is the iOS app. I really believe that one of the secrets to building a vibrant online community is making engagement part of people's daily habit. And since we spend so much of our online time on our phones, an app was really an essential feature that I was looking for in an online community platform. And Circle's iOS app does not disappoint. It's really great on the phone. The iPad version has a couple of bugs, but it does work. And Circle does promise that they will have an Android app soon. And the last big feature that I'll note is monetization. So you could use Circle to make an entirely free community, definitely. But you can also gate access through a paywall. So if you wanted to create a paid community, Circle allows you to do that without actually using any additional systems. When I created my community, this paywall feature wasn't available yet, and so I had people purchase my membership through Teachable. I'll talk more about that when I talk about integrations in a moment. But now they have a paywall feature baked right into Circle. So what this means is you could literally just get Circle and you would have a full community, you'd have live video, and you'd be able to do all the paywall stuff all on one platform. Like, it could literally be, for a lot of people, depending on your use case, it could literally be the only platform that you use for your entire community or membership program, or like I said, like a church could use this. I think that's really cool. Now, Circle does have a lot more features than the ones I just listed there, but I wanted to mention something that, I don't know if you call this a feature or not, But integrations. Often a community is just one part of a larger business or operation. And that was the case for me with Redeeming Productivity Academy. So being able to integrate Circle with the other tools I was already using was really essential. And so I mentioned I've been using Teachable for a long time to sell courses, and I actually do the payment processing for my community through Teachable. So these two systems need to be able to talk to each other, and they do quite well. In fact, you can utilize single sign-on using Teachable or Outseta or a bunch of other different services so that people only need to have one login across all of your platforms. So what I mean is people can log into my Teachable course stuff or into my community with just one username and login. They don't have to manage two separate accounts. That's a small thing, but I think it's really big to not have to make it confusing for people. They also have an API, which means you can use services like Zapier to connect things. Like I have different events set up that get triggered when certain things happen in the community or on Teachable, or I use ConvertKit for my emails, and all those things are connected through Zapier. I really think choosing a platform to use is an investment. It's an investment of money, sure, but it's also an investment of time. And people talk about this term platform risk. Like if you build, your entire community on Facebook, for example, the platform risk is they might change something and then you can't communicate with your people anymore, or you could get kicked off of YouTube or whatever. Every platform has risks, but I would rather use a platform that I'm paying for and that I have a bit more control of than to try to build it on something that's public and free, so that I'm not as exposed to so many platform risks. But one big platform risk is it going to be around for a while, right? You'd hate to build all this stuff and then the company goes out of business. Well, thankfully, Circle do seem to be in it for the long haul. They seem like a good company to hitch your train to. They're really well funded. They are constantly releasing new features, new upgrades. It's getting better every month that I've used it. In short, I am confident that Circle was the right choice to build my community on. A lot of times you pick a platform you're going to use and then you kind of have, buyer's remorse. Like, I wish I'd done it on that one or that one. But Circle has stood the test of time for me. I've been in it for almost a year now. Is it perfect? No, but no platform is perfect. But I have no interest in using something different. And if I was starting all over, I would still pick Circle for my community platform. But here's the big question. Is Circle right for you? Well, I think Circle is an excellent choice if you're a business looking to create an online community for your business. It can really cover all of your needs for that. Maybe if you're a coach, you do online coaching, or you have a membership program like I do, Circle is a wonderful way to kind of bring your community together and give them a bunch of resources, help them connect to each other. Now, I've mentioned this throughout, but I think churches are a great use case for an online community. It's always interesting to me that so many churches don't have a way for their members to connect with each other really well. Like they have a Facebook page or something, but like, how do the members get to know each other when we spend so much time online all the time? It'd be awesome if churches utilized things like Circle to help their congregation to connect with one another throughout the week. So if you are wanting to create a robust, asynchronous online community with very little fuss, Circle might be a good option for you. Again, I have a link in the description that will give you a 14-day free trial with them. After that, they have plans for $39 a month for their basic plan, $99 per month for the professional plan, that's the one I use, and $399 per month for an enterprise plan. Hopefully that was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about Circle. We'll try to answer them. And if you want to learn more about my membership community, Redeeming Productivity Academy, you can watch this video right here.